People everywhere are starting to listen to him. He's going on French, British, Italian, Japanese television.
This is the Wide World of Weingarten.
Wide World of Weingarten, January 18th, Tuesday, 1 o'clock in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Rams beat the Arizona Cardinals in the last wildcard game, ended Super Wildcard Weekend last night on Monday night. 34-11. It was 21-0 at halftime. Fairly uncompetitive game. Kyler Murray was 19 for 34, threw for 137 yards, 2 interceptions. Very poor game on his part. I noticed early he was having trouble getting his feet set. He was constantly under pressure. It was not a good game for Arizona. It was a great game for the Rams defense, however. Especially with the injuries mounting up at defensive back for them to hold Arizona scoreless, even without Hopkins in the lineup, DeAndre Hopkins, hold them scoreless for the entire first half was a positive sign going into the second round at Tampa, as well as the 38 carries between Cam Akers and Sony Michel, 17 for Cam Akers, 13 for Michel, as I expected, slightly above the 10-15 carries workload I expected from Akers, but he did out carry Michel, something to look at going forward in the playoffs, especially if you can bet at DraftKings. They have a market on the most rushing yards in the playoffs. Before the wild card game last night, Cam Akers was 28-1 to lead the league in rushing during the playoffs. Now he's down to 14-1. I still don't mind it at 14-1, especially if he's going to be the featured back going forward. But what definitely stood out for me was the 38 carries by the Rams compared to 17 pass attempts by Matt Stafford. I would not be surprised if we see that formula going forward, especially with a healthy Cam Akers. A run-first offense is not necessarily the worst thing, even with Cooper Kupp and Beckham, Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee, etc. Odell Beckham scored another touchdown, looked good. I don't know if anyone caught that special trick play, the half wide receiver option pass. Odell Beckham threw a 40-yard pass. I did mention a couple weeks ago I expected to see that play in the playoffs run with Cooper Kupp, who ran that same play against the Packers earlier in the season. It was nullified. A touchdown was called back, but he did throw a touchdown against Packers, and to my surprise, they broke that play out in the first round. That's something I would have expected to see later on, potentially even in the Super Bowl if they get that far. But I was at the game. It was awesome. The best stadium in football in terms of architecture, the brand new quality. It's it obviously doesn't compare to like Lambeau Field or anything, but it's in terms of architecture and just a construction project. It's the largest single construction project in Los Angeles history, outside of the LAX, the International Airport, which is always being rebuilt, so it doesn't really count. It's an architectural marvel. Great stadium, great acoustics, great video board. Fun game too, especially with the Rams going out to 21-0 lead, still going under. The Arizona team total went under. That was nice. Made some money. Most of my props didn't win. My touchdown props didn't do great for this game. But it was a positive performance from the Rams, especially the defense with the injuries to the secondary. It puts them, I think, in a good spot to potentially beat Tampa Bay this weekend, and we'll talk about those games all week. It's mostly what's going on this week, but after what I would consider overall a slightly disappointing wild card weekend, especially Saturday with the blowouts, we now are getting much better games. This is going to be an excellent Saturday and Sunday of professional football. I think you can make cases for stuff in every game, and I will give you some stuff that I've bet and some stuff I'm looking at and what I see where the markets are going the rest of the week. So jump right in. The first game, Bengals are at the Titans. As expected, Titans up from an opening from 2.5 minus 120 through 3 up to 3.5 right now. I think Titans are still the right side, especially if AJ Brown, Green is on Arizona. If AJ Brown is healthy, I think he's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. We don't necessarily talk about him as much as a Cooper Kupp or a Tyreek Hill or Justin Jefferson. He hasn't put up the numbers this year. He was injured, but he is up there in terms of skill with the best wide receivers in the NFL. And Derrick Henry's back. I think this is too talented of a team to lose to the Bengals, although you absolutely have to give credit to Joe Burrow for what he's done, especially when you consider it as in Cincinnati with a perennial loser. I do think Tennessee is the right side here. The second game, Green Bay playing at home. They got the first round bye. They are minus 5.5 point to minus 6 point favorites against San Francisco. And there's a couple interesting things I've noticed so far about this game. One, I see some minus 5.5, minus 105s. For example, DraftKings. DraftKings is minus 5.5, minus 105. If you like the Packers, I think that's probably one of the better numbers I still see out there. I see some Green Bay already up to 6. I see you could take San Francisco 6 plus 110. I've been a little off on some Packers games this year, fading them. My initial reaction is to fade them again here. A strong 49ers run game can really take the Packers out. And I'm not 100% sure that left tackle David Bakhtiari is going to be back for this game, which would be a huge blow to the Packers offensive line. The thing to keep in mind, though, is Bosa is injured for the 49ers. They have a couple other defensive injuries they're dealing with. Fred Warner is not 100%. Those injuries could potentially add up. And I could see why money is coming in a little bit on the Packers. I'm a little leery. I think this could be a close game, but I would not be surprised to see the Packers advance. But the 49ers are a very well coached team, and as I've talked about several episodes, several different times, Trent Williams, best lineman in the NFL, a true game changing player at lineman, which is rare. Just go watch the first quarter game tape of the Cowboys game to see how dominant he was, how he was able to get up to the second level and just flatten linebackers. If you could do that versus the Packers, it's going to go a long way to getting the 49ers back to a championship game. I remember I was at the 2019 Packers 49ers NFC championship game in San Francisco. Packers got their asses kicked so bad. I was looking at my phone at halftime, seeing if there were still flights back to LA that evening that I can catch. I don't expect similar situation this time, though. I think we get a close game, but the 49ers look, at least on paper, when I look at it outside of Aaron Rodgers, obviously, they have a couple advantages and a couple disadvantages. The main disadvantages being those injuries on defense I mentioned, but I expect this to be a close game. On Sunday, we get the Rams. Rams at Tampa. I see 3s on the board. I'm interested in this game at 3 minus 110. Not as interested in 3 minus 120. I am a little interested in the money line at plus 130. That's the DraftKings price. I think the Rams looked excellent this last game, and I think they can go on the road and they could beat Tom Brady. Tom Brady's old. He is Tom Brady, so you're always gonna get value, not necessarily value, but you're gonna get a good number, a big number betting against him, because money's always going to come in on Tom Brady, especially at this point. Now he's a Super Bowl champion in Tampa and New England. But I think getting 3 here with the Rams is the way to go. The early money push Tampa out from 2.5 to 3. Not going to chase Tampa at 3 here. Personally, I like the Rams. As you could see, I got my Rams hoodie on today with the shoulders cut off. Part of my immense Rams wardrobe. But the Rams plus 130 money line. I think they advance to the championship game. Not going to be back-to-back Super Bowls for Tom Brady. But I also thought they were going to lose to the Eagles last week. So take what I say about betting against Tom Brady with a grain of salt. The Sunday night game, which would be, I guess, considered the primetime game. Bills 2.5 at Kansas City. I see that line moving down to 2. It is down to 2 at DraftKings. It's got a 54.5 point total, which is extremely high. Juice to the over, 115 to the over. I do not want to try to fade that total, although whenever you give me a total that high, my initial reaction is to bet the under. But I mean, you saw last week, for example, the Chiefs played 0-0 first quarter with the Steelers, and that game still had 63 points. I just don't feel super compelled to bet Chiefs unders on a week-to-week basis. But the Bills have an elite defense, even after Tre'Davious White is out for the season with torn ACL. So going to have to circle back to this total and reconsider it. But I do like the Bills side. That's my biggest bet of the week so far. Bills, Rams, and Titans I've bet. Bills the biggest. Bills 2.5. I could see that dropping to 2. I could see that possibly dropping to 1.5, but I can't possibly see it going to pick. The thing is, when it's at 2.5, you're obviously inviting the Wong teasers, but the books know that. The books know they're inviting you to bet Wongs. So there's really no other side to pair it with, and they'll leave the Rams at 3 to get you to tease them to 9, where there's no real value, playing that 6-point teaser at minus 120 on the 9 for the Rams. You're going to pair Bills Rams. So they want you to do that, or worse, they want you to tease Bills to 8.5, and tease it with a total, which I don't recommend unless you have some seriously good reason, which would be an individual sort of thing. I don't recommend it in general. But don't fall for betting these teaser lines early this week in the division round. Play these games straight. Bills, Rams, Bills and Rams on the money line too. Bills, Rams, 49ers. If you're really down on the Packers, you could play all 3 of those on the money line. Probably get a pretty nice payout on a round robin on a 3-game parlay. Don't always recommend parlaying though, but sometimes it's fun. But that's my early look at the division round. I gotta kind of go through my notes and update stuff. Like, for example, Frank Clark was in LA this week for a felony assault weapons possession case. So the hearing was yesterday on Monday. I expect he won't be suspended during the playoffs, but you gotta, felony weapons. You don't know like what's going on. I do think it was just preliminary hearing though. I didn't see any update today though. Looking for injury news, weather news. I know the weather's going to be rough in Green Bay this weekend. Might hurt Jimmy G a little bit, but my main plays Rams, Bills, Titans, money lines, Bills, Rams as well, and Cam Akers to lead the NFL in rushing yards, still 14-1, 28-1 I bet before. I'll bet a little bit more, 14-1 today. But that's about all I got for football this week. We'll circle back tomorrow and follow up with anything that's going on. Welcome back, Wide World of Weingarten. Just went through some football picks. Rams, Titans. Excuse me, Rams. I'm gonna cut this. Just cut this whole part. We'll come back from break again. Three, two, one. Welcome back. Wide World 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Wide World of Weingarten. Just took a break. My NFL side so far for the second round of the playoffs: Rams, Titans, Bills, Rams on the money line. So far, probably add some more stuff as the week goes on. We have golf. Golf is back. The PGA played two weekends in Hawaii to start. I mostly sat those out. Nothing super exciting for me. I did bet Maverick McNeely last week, who I frequently bet when I can find good numbers. He's not broken through yet, but I hope to see him break through and win a PGA event sometime in 2022. The Dubai, the DP World Tour, formerly known as the European Tour, is back this weekend with the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship. It's a desert course event, and just like last November and December when we were doing these episodes, Colin Morikawa and Rory McIlroy are 6.5 to 1 co-favorites on a desert course. Victor Hovland up there at 10 to 1. Shane Lowry, Tommy Fleetwood right behind them around 20 to 1. Min Woo Lee, favorite of mine. Excuse me. Min Woo Lee, favorite of mine, 28 to 1. A little farther down, Eric Van Rooyen, 40 to 1, stands out. I haven't totally dove into this event yet, mainly because, as I talked about last year, when you get these desert courses with Rory and Morikawa, there's only so much money. Going farther and farther down, you can bet guys at good numbers. Justin Harding and Hatong Lee are 100 to 1 each. I don't mind those. Thorbjorn Olsen also 100 to 1. Alexander Bjork 80 to 1. Garrick Higo won on the PGA Tour last year. He's 70 to 1. You can keep going even farther down. Guido Migliozzi, 130 to 1. These are all DraftKings prices, by the way. I love a lot of these golfers. I love a lot of these names. It's just that when you have Morikawa and McIlroy at the top of the field, I'm just hesitant to, you want to bet each one of these guys at 100 to 1 for $100. You're in $500, $600 before you even touched anything live or bet any matchups or any top 10s or top 20s. And you're just going against Rory and Morikawa, best golfers in the world. It's not a great way to necessarily preserve your bankroll or make money. I do kind of like Morikawa to be top 10, -120. If I can find anything slightly lower than that, -110 on a top 10, I'd be happy to bet Morikawa. Rory, top 10s at -110. Min Woo Lee, top 10, 3 to 1, has got my attention. But with golf, there's a lot going on this weekend. There's 5 events that you could bet on. 4 common events plus the Singapore Open, which is a little trickier. Some books have it, some don't. The LPGA has their Tournament of Champions event. I'll probably talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. It doesn't tee off till Thursday. The PGA is in Palm Springs for the American Express. It's a event across, I think, 3 courses. And then with the PGA Tour leaving Hawaii, the Champions Tour takes over now. I'm interested here in 2 guys, actually. Bernard Langer at 9 to 1. He's kind of a go-to for me in these events. Not hating on betting Langer here. I frequently bet him on this tour though, so it's sort of like hearing me say I bet Maverick McNeely. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Jerry Kelly, 25 to 1. As high as 28 to 1 even. I've seen in a couple other books. 25 to 1 at DraftKings is what I see. And Alex Cheka, 20 to 1. He looked really good on the senior tour last year after after winning and being a Monday qualifier for a bit. So I'd take a look. Mostly Jerry Kelly is the guy I'm taking a look at 25, 28 to 1 there. I really like the Champions Tour, especially when they're on their early season Hawaii swing, the Mitsubishi event they're doing this week. Mitsubishi Electric Classic, I think it's called. It's a very nice course. If you happen to need a break from football on Sunday, I recommend checking out the final round, especially if you have money on it. It's a very nice, soothing, relaxing golf venue with nice ocean waves and tropical plants, and I fall asleep usually watching it. It's a great event. There's always cool things going on in golf outside of the PGA Tour, where this week, like I mentioned, they're in Palm Springs. The California swing, the West Coast swing is starting, where it's quite fun. Most of these courses, I've won money year in, year out on most of these events. So, you lose sometimes, but I mean, I've hit winning golfers at every course on the California swing in the last 5 years. That includes the Phoenix Open. But I've hit a winner, the Waste Management Open. I've hit winners in all these events. The only one I've never had a winner in is the Pebble Beach Open, whatever it is. I think I had McNeely once. Might have gotten close. I could be mixing that up with another event that he played in Northern California. But yeah, so this week, the PGA Tour starts in Palm Springs. It's a multi-course event. Jon Rahm, 5-1 favorite. Patrick Cantlay, 9-1 second favorite. Scott Scheffler, 16-1 third favorite. Going much farther down the list, there's not a lot of guys I'm super, super excited to be fading when, or to be betting on when Jon Rahm's in the field. But I do see a couple names that I'll throw out there because I know people like betting big numbers on this stuff. So Hayden Buckley, 130-1, 8-1 for a top 20, 22-1 for a top 5. Those are all DraftKings numbers. I like that. KH Lee, I made money betting on him to win an event last year. He's 130-1 here. Don't love it as much. Little smaller bet for me. Davis Riley, 150-1. I like Davis Riley. He's kind of one of those guys like Grayson Sigg, also 150-1. I mentioned him a couple times last year. I expect guys like that to break through and get a win on the PGA Tour in the near future. Taylor Pendrith, he's a Canadian, 180-1. I think you can even probably get some better numbers on that. But, going all the way down this list, I see a lot of guys I like, a lot of names I like at big numbers, but it's sort of a similar thing with the Abu Dhabi event where you have Jon Rahm up top on an event he's already won, and of course he's played well on. I just don't feel the need this week to throw money away necessarily fading Jon Rahm and Colin Morikawa at the beginning of the season. Although I will say that live betting for these always good opportunities to jump in, and I really also like betting Jon Rahm live more often than pre-flop, as Gil says. You can get 5-1, 6-1 on Rahm pre-flop. If he happens to have a unfortunate start, he has a bogey, maybe he's 2 over early. Maybe he's 7-1, 8-1, 10-1. Who knows? But you're gonna get a much better price. I got Rahm 66-1 in an event he won. That was sometime during COVID. I don't remember exactly which one, but he was. I think it was the Memorial. Maybe he was a couple shots over early. Don't count out some of these top players if they're slightly behind the field early, especially in an event like this where Rahm's already won, and I remember he had to outlast. It was a playoff. It went multiple holes. You just Rahm. He's like a Terminator. But we'll get into golf more tomorrow. I wanted to open another box of these Topps All-Star Rookie Cup baseball cards that I've been been getting from eBay lately. They were available for about $50 via the the Topps fan club. I did not purchase them from the Topps fan club because I'm not a member of any of that stuff. I bought them from eBay. And excuse me, I'm just trying to slice this open with my razor. I use a trusty little razor to open stuff. It's great. All right, so we talked about last time the odds of getting anything good in these boxes is minuscule. It shows you everything you need to know about the odds on the back. You can't really read it here. I could read it for you, but we don't really need to spend time doing that. So you open the box. I thought when I was buying these I was getting 10 packs, but Topps, they can sell 10 cards total. So we're getting 10 cards out of this. Comes in this nice sealed bag. Gonna open it, see what's inside. I have not tampered with any of these, so I get some actual sweet card. It was actually a real pull. None of this is fake. So I'm gonna show you what I got. What I got this week or today. I'll probably open another one. So Colton Wong, don't care about him. Ryan Mountcastle, sure, whatever, don't care. Joey Bart, great, another card I don't really care about. These are slightly cooler. A retro, the throwback Tim Salmon. Mark Teixeira, don't really care about him either, but this card's slightly cool. None of these are worth any money so far. Eddie Murray, this is a cool card. It's probably not even worth $1, but Eddie Murray on the 87 Topps throwback looks like it's some sort of chrome. Let's see, it's not numbered or anything, so it's just a regular old chrome shiny card. And then Nomar Garciaparra, remember him? Yeah, great, cool so far. Definitely worth $100, right? Well, here is what I get for my $100 autograph today. Andres Jimenez. That's what I paid $100 for. And yeah, that's definitely going to be going up on eBay tonight, most likely, because what am I going to do with that? The last two cards, an Andrew Vaughn and Nick Madrigal, number 69, a shiny refractor, number 69. That's a pretty nice card. 99, 69 out of 99. It's shiny. Probably worth $1 or $2 maybe. So that's that. So I got a Andre Jimenez autograph and a shiny Nick Madrigal, which are the highlights of this this pack. And that was kind of disappointing, and much like a slot machine, I want another pull. I have multiple boxes of these, so if there's a disappointment, I'm going to open up another pack. Let's see what autograph wonderment we get in this box. So another $100 in, another 10 cards. Trying to open this, excuse me. Same thing. Pack, unopened. Haven't doctored it, haven't screwed around with anything. Let's see what one autograph inside actually means. Oh, cool. So the first card is this one, a shiny Ozzie Smith. Don't care, but it's an 87 Topps. A Andre Dawson. Cool card. Probably keep it because I like Andre Dawson. I saw the red refractor version of this for sale on eBay for $150. I kind of wanted to buy it, but I was like, it's a 1 out of 5. Red means 1 out of 5. I thought about buying it, but I was like, what am I going to do with a $150 baseball card like that? So I didn't. Probably smart. Irod, cool card, 87 Topps again. Christian Pache, whatever. Nick Madrigal, base card to go with that shiny one I just got. Rafael Devers, regular old, whatever, don't care. Gleyber Torres. Oh, hey, look at that, look at that. We finally pulled something cool. Not the Gleyber Torres, this next card. Oh, look at what we got. I got a redemption card. Got a redemption card for an autograph variation gold foil parallel of Eloy Jimenez. So I get an autograph Eloy Jimenez White Sox card. I gotta send this in, and they'll send it to me. So that might actually be worth more than $100 or possibly $100. I'd have to look. I'll have to look that up on eBay today. Oh, and so this next card, by the way, while I was talking about all that, you might have heard of this fella, Willie Mays. It's not an actual autograph, by the way, but it is a gold foil 27 out of 50. Slightly cooler. Probably going up on eBay very soon because I don't really know what I'm going to do with that. And then Joe Adell. That's the end of that pack. So we did 2 packs today. Pulled a redemption for an autograph gold Eloy card, which I have to now find out how much it's worth. Got a whole bunch of garbage cards here, which will go up on my pile up here to the side to deal with later. And yeah, Andre Jimenez, Nick Madrigal shiny thing. Got the Jimenez right here for you if you can see that. Willie Mays gold foil, and this dude, gotta send this in. I can get a Eloy card sooner or later. This means he hasn't signed him yet. But I'll take care of that, see how much it's worth, and hopefully I can make some money off these, buy some more cards, and see where this could take us. There's a Ted Williams card on eBay right now, the 92 Upper Deck Ted Williams. Probably gonna sell for over $1,000. I'm not sure I really want it, but we'll see if I make some sales this week. Maybe turn over some of these cards, maybe roll into that. But yeah, thanks for listening. The NFL playoffs second round this weekend. I like the Rams, Titans, Bills most of all. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching me open some packs of baseball cards today. I'll be back tomorrow with another show.